girl, Mommy Money Getter, aka MMG. How is everyone doing on this very, very, very fantastic Wednesday afternoon? I'm doing pretty good. Let's just start there, as I should. It's cold in California. It is so cold. Southern Cali is cold, honey. We've had a few days of winter here and there. We had a little bit of rain, which I, for one, loved. We had a few days of rain, but this week, just as spring is rearing its head, it decided, winter decided to stick around a little bit. It's biting too. Okay, let me just say that it is so cold out there. Yesterday I was all bundled up. It was raining, honey, and I just washed my car. Today we're just chit chatting about any and everything. So if you're on your lunch break and you're just bored at work or whatever, or if you're at work still, because it's 11 here in Cali, so some of you still may be at your desk, or you may be at home working like I am, and you're just listening and trying to get through your day. Let's get through it today. Let's get through it together, guys. I have all my mommy errands to run per usual. I've already been out and about dropping off kids at school. Yesterday, my day was really packed. I got a lot of work done. I had some meetings. I had a meeting first thing this morning and that's why I need to get my skylight. I got some birthday money, and I was supposed to get my skylight with my birthday money. I asked everybody to donate to my skylight. I think it's $269 at Sam's Club right now. Why I didn't order my skylight? I'm about to order it today. I don't know why I don't want to spend that little bit of money. I guess because I've been spending money on everything else, but I didn't know that I had a meeting today, but that was really not my fault because the person didn't update me like they should have, but anyway, it was over the phone, so I didn't have to be there, which was good. And right as I was dropping my children off at school, it came right on time. I think it was like right at 8 o'clock in the morning, so it didn't last too long. So, hey, let me put my glasses on so I can see. They're pretty dirty, guys. So I hate when my glasses get dirty because then they have like the little blue thing on them, so that it's like a blue, what is it called? They're supposed to be glare proof. I don't know. Ooh, don't get me the line. But let me put on my glasses. And I'm telling y'all now, don't start none, won't be none, because you guys ruined my life the other day, all you trolls. I see 10 of you guys in the building. 13, welcome, welcome. What's good? We're about to have another dope live with your girl, okay? Oh, let me put my little microphone on. See, I'm not even ready like I should be. And let me put a little lotion on. Look at my hands like, who is that? Hey, you guys, I can't really see your name. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Please, oh, okay, you got to squeeze it. Please hit the like button for me. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. I hope everyone is enjoying their Wednesday. Be good today, guys. Like I said, that y'all was a whole fool the other day. Honey, they was calling me chubby and everything. Like, I don't know I'm chubby. I like being chubby, though. Where is my... Okay. Okay. Honey, I would lose my head if it wasn't on. Thank you. Let's talk about what? Honey, I can already tell. Please do not get on my nerves today, y'all. I mean, I've had a great week. And let's keep it like that for real. Let's keep it like that. Let me see. Let me shout out some of you guys. Let me give you guys a shout out. Kilfus, thank you. Hey Ashley, what's up? Sea Dog, what's good? Michelle, what's good? Yes, it is still morning, is it? It is still morning. It's 11 a.m. here in Cali. Beach Besties, what's good? Zahara, I love that name. What's good, baby? Um, Let me see. And Santi, hey, how you doing? What you guys got going on today? Okay, I'm ready. I think I'm ready. Emmeline, that is so pretty. Thanks for joining the channel. Am I saying it right? One for yes, two for no. Is it Emmeline? I love that name. OMG, Emmeline Davis. That sounds so important, so boss. Emmeline. Oh my gosh. Let me write that down so I could tell somebody I know to name their baby that. For real. Emmeline. What are you guys eating for lunch? I took out a ribeye, and now my daughter says she's going to make ribeye. I took out a ribeye for me to thank you, Cywar. Thank you. Thank you, beautiful. Emmeline Davis. That is so bomb. I love that name. I'm writing a book, so I'm trying to come up with names for my book. And I'm going to ask you guys, okay? Which name do you like better for a guy? Real quick. Real quick. Let me see. Where did I write that up? Oh, maybe I put it right here on my laptop. Let me see. Okay, so I had Ishmael, Jordan, or Israel. Which one do you guys like better? Ishmael or Israel? Put a 1 in the chat if you like Ishmael. Put a 2 in the chat if you like Israel. Because I wanted his name to be Izzy or Ish. Israel, Izzy, Israel, Izzy, Ishmael, Ish. Right? Those are, I don't know, I just like those names. Then I also have Cassius, Cash. Let me know. Hi there, friend. Let me know in the chat which names you like. Do you like for the main male character lead? Which one do you like better, Ishmael or Israel? If his name is Ishmael, we're going to call him Ish for short. If his name is Israel, we're going to call him Izzy for short. So sound off, you guys. I'm on my next book, but I'm going to also put down Emmeline Davis because I think that name is so boss. I like names. I love names. So Emmeline, that's kind of like Evelyn, but Emmeline, I love it. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been working on my new book. I'm still in the character development stages, as you can see. I'm still on names. So, like I said, what are you guys eating for lunch? What do you guys have going on? Are you at work? Are you running a business? Tell us all about it. Let's discuss, okay? But that's what I have going on besides my ribeye. I did go to the grocery store and then I was like, I wasn't feeling it. So I just grabbed a chai tea to go because I'm out of chai tea. IJ9, hi, how are you? And I said, I might as well just do a Walmart order. I need potatoes, I need tea. And the reason why I just said to heck with it at my local Vons, I said, you know what? You don't even have chocolate chai tea. Like, I'm not even going to go through this with you. So I said, let me just go ahead. And I wasn't about to go to Walmart. Absolutely not. It was already cold. It's cold outside. It's freezing cold outside. I I should have probably went to Walmart, but I wasn't feeling all that. I really feel like getting in my bed and laying down, if I'm being honest. But I'm gonna be good and work today because I haven't really been working a lot. So what else? But yeah, so outside of that, when I get off of here, I will finally eat lunch because I've only had the chai tea. I had the chai tea and the Danish. Your mom loves sleeping? Oh no. Sleeping is fun, but I did get a good night's rest. It was raining here. It rained all night long, guys. Oh, and I got the best sleep. But I could always use more sleep, right? There's never a such thing as too much sleep. I could really get more sleep. So, let me see. I can't wait to get you home. Hey man, come on. All about what you gonna do to me. Don't be about it, let me see. Okay. All right. Oh. Oh, look at pushing. Hey, Butterfly. Butterfly is live too. Um, right now. But yes, there's no Emmeline. You know, we could always use another hour or two of sleep. I don't think we get enough sleep, right? Um, for the most part, I usually exist on 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night. If I can get 6 or 7, if I could get in, and you guys come on here and you make fun of me. Hey Ray, Ma Dukes, you know what? Ray, you already out of pocket with the Ma Dukes. But you know what? Whatever. Anyway, like I was saying, you guys let it come on here and make fun of me being chubby, but really I'm chubby because I don't get enough sleep. Hey Sherry, what's up, good? What's up, girl? No, Ray Johnson. That was what the hell you mean, Ma Dukes? How old are you? What's good, Trey man? How old are you, Ray? First of all, how old are you? Because you're trying to be funny. You're probably old as my ass is talking about Ma Dukes. What's good with you, Sherry? What do you have going on today? But I am auntie. You could have called me auntie. You know what? My daughter is in her 30s. If you're 30s, then I maybe, it is a blessing to be chubby, Trey man. It really is. I mean, especially when it's cold outside, right? You need somebody that could keep you warm. But you're 32. See, you're about my daughter's age. So I could be your mother or I could be your auntie. I don't have a problem with that. But Ma Dukes, that just sounds, I don't know. You thought it was a respect thing? How old are you, Ray? And you better not say nothing like 30 because I'm not even 50 yet. I had my daughter when I was young. I'm not even 50 yet, for real. Broadcasting class 2, Bright Boy public announcement. Skynet will be operational. What? What is that about? Oh, you're cleaning your kitchen? That's what's up. You're at that age where you mess with the mother or the daughter. And I'm at that age where I can mess with the son or the father. So, I mean, that's what age I'm at, where I can get with the son or I can get with the dad. So, real talk, I feel you. I feel you. Um, Emily, you're 11. Emily, go back to school. Emily, you should be at school right now. I had a feeling when you said your mom was asleep. Your mom probably don't even know you're in here with adults. Emily, I'm gonna go ahead and block you, sweetheart. Thanks for joining my channel, but I don't want little kids over here. I don't want you in the midst of adults. Sorry, Emily. Bye bye. I better chill. You love cougars. Who said I was a cougar? Like, I'm talking, I could go as young as 38, as old as 55. So, if he's 55 and his son, if he's 58 and his son is 38, maybe I could go either way. But really, I'm not even trying to do either right now. Like, I'm that auntie that don't like nobody. 40 is cougar age. How is 40 a cougar? Like, I think cougars are like 50s. 50s, like a cougar. I think that 40s and 30s, like if you're 40, 45, and you think a 35, you think a 40-year-old is too old for a 32-year-old? No, I wouldn't talk to a 31-year-old. That's too young for me. That's almost 20 years younger than me. I wouldn't go 20 years younger. I would probably go 10 years up or down, really, either way. And it all is just going to depend. 55 plus is a cougar, D. Fleming. I don't know. You guys hit my like button for me, please. I don't know. I talked about this before. What's auntie age? I said auntie is still 40 to 50. Grandma is like, granny is like 60s. So yeah. I think it all depends on how you carry yourself too, because like if you think of a Drea Michelle, do you see her as a cougar? Do you see Drea as a cougar? Technically, she is a cougar because she's in her 40s. And her baby daddy, I mean, she's like 20 years older than him. She's dating someone that's her son's age. So 55 plus is a cougar. I don't know. I don't think that anybody, male or female, should date someone that is not within a 10-year age range, right? So if you're 40, if you're 40, I don't even think you should I don't think you should talk to someone less than 35 if you're 40. If you're a 40-year-old woman, same thing with the male. I think if you're 40 and you're talking to someone who's 30, so maybe my range is more like 5 years, if I'm being honest, because I don't know. I have a lot of lived experience and I just can't do the whole thing where I'm explaining myself and where I'm trying to, mommy somebody, because I got girls. I don't have sons. So I can't do the whole spoiled brat thing where you're asking me where I'm coming and going and what I'm doing all day long, what you doing. Like, come on, don't ask me what the hell I'm doing. You should be busy doing something too. We should both be busy making money, hustling. I'll see you on the weekend. Like, call me with plans already solidified. I have tickets to such and such. This band is in town. Such and such is playing. I'm thinking about let's get away for the weekend. Those are the type of things that where I'm at. I don't want to do the what you doing, what you're eating for lunch, oh, what you got going on this weekend. No, call me with plans already solidified. Let's get it cracking. You know what I mean? No, I wouldn't mess with a 31-year-old at all. At all. Ray says he's very well experienced and mature. You need a man still with that stamina. We were talking about that the other day and how men, once they get so I'm going to tell you like this, you guys settle down with your wives, because if you don't have a wife, by the time you're 50, when your stuff stops working like it used to work, you may not be able to get a wife because these young girls are not going to put up with that. And if she's like me, she's not going to put up with that either. So the older woman, some older women might, but don't think that you will always have everything operational. Beyonce's daughter, you're looking for geniuses. Are you one? Are you one? Beyonce's daughter, are you a genius? And what do you need a genius for? Yes. What's the square root of 100? Quick. Without chat GPT or any of that. What's the square root of 100? Since you're a genius, that should be very, very easy. Come on, Beyonce's daughter. We're waiting. It's very easy. 3.162. Isn't that pi? If they don't know, then run, right? Happy Black History Month, lasagna. What kind of name is that, lasagna? Now I got hungry for lasagna. But yes, oh, I can make my Walmart order while I'm on here with you guys. I Right, if they don't know, run like hell because the square root of 100 is very easy. And she didn't know, but she's a genius. What are they teaching you kids today? I'm going to block you since you didn't know. How about I just put you on timeout? We're going to put you on timeout for 24 hours. Come back when you learn the square root of 100. But yes, I'm going to go ahead and do my Walmart order. So hopefully my potatoes will be here sometime today. And my chai tea. And then my daughter says she wants to make fried rice, steak and fried rice. That sounds so good. Plus I have shrimp in the refrigerator, so I might make some shrimp and steak. Oh, that's gonna be bomb. That should be bomb. What are you guys eating for lunch? Nobody ever told me what you're having for lunch. But until then, I might just have to do some top ramen or something, or a noodle cup. What is that, Ray? What does that mean? You know what, Ray? You about to get kicked out of here, honey. Don't nobody talk to me like that. That don't pay no bills. If you don't pay bills, like you can come over here and talk to me any kind of way and say anything you want to. If you pay bills, I'll just bite it, right? But if you don't pay bills, you can't talk to me like that. For real, you got to talk to me with some respect, okay? When you come on this live, you didn't hit. You probably didn't even hit the like button. You probably didn't even hit a super chat. You didn't send a gift or nothing, and you talking crazy. So when I see things like that, I'm just gonna be honest with you. When people come to my channel and flirt and say different things like that, ain't no disrespect taken. You don't know me to disrespect me. You don't really know anything about me to disrespect me. But when people come over here on my channel and flirt, first of all, hit the like button. Second of all, hit the super chat. Because otherwise, you're just being annoying. And I'm just going to be real. Like these days, like you got to flirt with intention. Okay. If you want people to pay attention to you, I'm just saying. Oh, I can get my delivery in as soon as 23 minutes. What? But I don't know if I feel like paying $10 today. I don't know. We'll see. What the hell does Kaiser want? Kaiser, don't start no one be none. That's the way. No, it's not a way to get a man's funds. Back in the day, see your unc, all right, because you can see pops. They came with like my auntie. I think I told this story before. My auntie, when she had a gentleman call her, when I'm talking about my auntie was 80s when she passed away, but when she was in her 70s and she had a gentleman call her, he sent a few 6-packs of Pepsi down to her house. My uncle and I at the time, we were kids and we could go and cash in their bottles, take their bottles to recycle them and have them filled back up with Pepsi. And her gentleman caller was sending those Pepsis back down to her house. You guys come empty handed But I don't blame you. These girls that you get away with any and everything, for real. Um, they really do, which is sad. But you guys don't have, and that's why the world is the way it is today. You have a bunch of, and I'm not talking about anybody on here. Please don't start thinking about that. But a lot of the guys today, they don't have a reason to get out here and really grind and really make something of themselves because the women don't require it, right? And in my mind, in my eyes, men need motivation. You need a queen or a princess to go slay the dragons for. If you don't have that, then what's the point, right? If you don't have that damsel in distress, if you don't have that princess that's making you feel like, damn, I really want to get out here and make it happen for her. Like, women should, that's what I'm saying. You don't have a woman that's requiring that of you. You don't have a woman that's even worth that for you, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, the woman has to be a woman too. Like, women expect men to do so much, but they're not willing to be women either. Hi, Inette. How are you doing? Like, it can't just be one sided where a man goes out and slays dragons and he comes home, the house ain't clean, kid's a mess, the girl is a mess. She don't have anything going for herself. She just, all she knows is get my nails done, get my hair done so I can look good this weekend. No, absolutely not. It's supposed to be, in my mind, everything should be on one accord. Like, for real. Like why do women, give these men, give these young boys a reason to get married. Moms, raise your sons to want wives, to want to build homes, not to just go out here and just sling their meat everywhere and make all these babies. That's it's crazy right now. Look at what's that boy's name? I feel so bad for him. Stefan Diggs. I feel real bad for him. I'm glad to see that you are doing good. You're welcome. I'm turning my heater off and on. It's cold. Stefan Diggs, you got all those babies. You can't even focus on your game. Here you are working hard, trying to be there for your mother and your brothers, and you got all these kids. Like, I feel bad for a woman with a bunch of kids. I got 5 myself, y'all, but I spread them out over 20 years. Okay. I feel bad to see a woman with a bunch of kids, tied down with a bunch of kids. And I feel bad to see a young guy tied down with a bunch of kids and a bunch of baby mama, because that's, for me, that just means that you didn't love yourself enough to protect yourself. Listen, I had 2 kids for the longest time. I tell my last 3 all the time, listen, I wasn't trying to have y'all. I was just bored. I had my career. I was done with college. And I was just bored doing stuff, getting pregnant. You know what I mean? Glad I had them, but they wasn't a part of the plan. I was supposed to be 2 and done. And for years, I was 2 and done. But then the third one, I was like, maybe I could do a third one. And then next thing I know, I had 5 girls. And let me tell you, those last 3, honey, the first 2 was super easy. I had a lot of help from my parents. It just was very easy. My first 2 are 10 years apart. And then my second and my third are like 7 years apart. So, I was doing me. I was having fun and I was just bored. But, I love my children and, I ended up getting married, later in life. But I would highly recommend that you have fun and you love yourself and you travel, you build something sustainable so that if you do decide to get married, you have something to support yourself and your family with. And I think for young guys, that's what you should be out there doing. You should be dating, not don't. I mean, the same thing that goes for girls. If I had 5 sons, I would tell my 5 sons, like I tell my 5 daughters, Don't just give yourself to anybody, right? Take the time and get to know them. Take your time. Don't just give yourself to any girl because these girls ain't worth it and they're not. You know what I mean? Take your time, you know, be picky and choosy and protect yourself. You have a 13-year-old and 4-year-old and 1-year-old, but two different BMs, all boys, and I'm still with the second one. You know, life happens. Cardi looking goofy and Stefan looking goofy. For real. It's sad, but you have to wonder, like, how old is my oldest? She's in her 30s. hmm You have to think to yourself, how did he come up with the mind state to even, have that many children by that many different women in 1 year? How did you do that? How do you have 4 children in 1 year? Something was going on that wasn't same behavior. No man. Now, unless that's his religion, right? Because you do have polyamorous relationships. You do have, but he's not married to anybody. He's not living with anybody, and he's not doing that. He's just basically making children. If he had, like Nick Cannon, even is intentional. Nick Cannon is very intentional. He wanted those children, but he said if he had it to do all over again, he wouldn't have done that. But those women were he's still in relationships with all of those women. The women said they don't see each other, so they feel like it's just him and them. He's polyamorous, and he decided to do that. Right, right. You know what happens? A lot of women relate to Cardi. I guess because they did the same thing, but and people say, well, at least she has money. Who cares about the money? You still have kids. And I think we as adults, we don't really realize that, because when I was going back and forth with my ex-husband, and we have daughters, and I'm thinking, well, they're young. They don't really understand what's going on. But when my daughter got around 8, how old was she? This was, let me see. She must have been like 10 or 11, and she read me and him for filth. She read her dad for filth, and she read me for, well, she didn't read me really. She read him for filth. And when she read him for filth, I was like, I was delusional. I was lying to myself, thinking that our toxicity wasn't affecting our children. All of the breaking up to make up and stuff like that, that does affect kids. So when people say, oh, well, you have money, our kids were well taken care of. They were loved. They weren't being abused. And in my mind, they weren't being neglected, but life wasn't stable. And kids want that. If you're going to stay together, stay together. If you're going to be in a relationship, cool. If I'm going to dad's on the weekend, I'm cool with that. But I just need stability as a child. I don't need it going back and forth. 1 minute you guys are together, 1 minute you guys are broke up. I don't need to see every Tom, Dick, and Harry that you're dating, Mom. I don't need to meet every guy that you're dating. Dad, I don't want to be siblings. Like Mariah Carey's kids said, those are his kids. We don't know them. Basically, they were like, no, my dad has all those kids. We don't know them. That's what rock and roll said. They was like, those are his kids. So they have 10 additional siblings that they don't really want. And you don't want to raise your kids to the point where they don't want to be bothered with their other siblings, but you put them in a position like that, talking about Nick Cannon. These kids didn't ask for that. You didn't ask them. That's not what they're used to. Kids don't want that. And I think as parents, and people say, well, kids got to stand in kids' place. No, when you have kids, it's up to us to make their lives stable. And it's up to us to make sure that our kids are growing up whole and happy. Or we fail. If we're messing up and our kids are witnessing this, that affects them. Even though I think Cardi said her kids never met Stefan, and she said that they weren't going to be around all that toxicity and dysfunction. Your mindset is not the same when you're going through drama with the man. Like I told my daughter once, I myself, well, I wasn't about to let your dad do this and that. And she said, but mom, remember XYZ, and I won't say this. She said, but you did do XYZ, and remember it was XYZ. So your mental is not the same when you're going through drama with a man. He's way different because at least Nick Cannon has an understanding with his baby mamas, and he kind of tries to put him. But what if something happens to Nick Cannon? What if something happens to Stephon Diggs? What if he gets cut from the Patriots? Then your money is funny, and then now you can't support. Now that you're a Patriot, you're dating Cardi B, whatever, it's cool. But what about when the Patriots say, you know what, we don't want you next year? Right? Then what? Hey, Miguel. You're not looking for marriage. You don't have to get married. You don't have to get married. I'm not trying to get married again. No time soon. Not until I'm really a grandma, Ray. When I'm grandma status for real, I want my husband. But now, I'm chilling. I am chilling. I'm divorced, happily divorced. Well, not happily divorced, but rest in peace to him. But take care, Miguel. Am I a money getter? Are you a money getter? Subscribe to the channel and become a member so you can be a money getter. Elevator. Yeah, but pterodactyl toy. What the heck? Oh, potatoes. Potatoes. Right, a regular black man in poverty. And that's what happens, Ray. Take care, Miguel. That's what happens with a lot of the black male celebrities. They go through their run of a little bit of fame, or they're, an athlete or whatever. And then before you know it, their careers are over, and then they have nothing to show for it. They owe a bunch of child support. Then they start turning to drugs, kids everywhere. Like Coi Leray, she says she grew up in poverty. Here, everyone was thinking, well, your dad is rich, because they're spending money gambling, spending money on women, and taking care of their homeboys, and then they don't have anything to give to their kids. Not to mention they barely see their children. Like, if you were going to see all of your kids, like Boosie, little Boosie has all those kids, but little Boosie did what he was supposed to do. And I don't care what anybody says about Boosie. He's a single dad, and he made his house to where his kids never want to leave, right? And he does for his kids. Now, is he a excellent father, or is he the best father in the world? I would say yes, because he came from where he came from. He has the understanding that he has, right? He's not perfect at all. You know what I mean? And, that's just like me. I'm a single mom now, and I love my kids. I put my kids first. I do all that I can to make a good life for me and my kids. Am I perfect? No. I'm sure somebody could come through my door right now and point out 10 or 20 different things where I'm deficient. But they can't say in love. They can't say in hustle. They can't say in willing to get up and do my very best to make it better. And a lot of people aren't there where I'm at. A lot of women, a lot of men wouldn't put their kids first. And I hear them say it all the time. Well, you deserve a break. Well, you got to make a life for you too. I've never been a mom like that. Even in my younger days, even when I was a teen mom, I never said, oh, I still got to live my teen years, or I still got to do this and that. My mom was like, you could go away to college, and I got my granddaughter. And I was like, no, I'm not going away to college and leaving my child. No. And, Even my kids would say, well, mama, you didn't do this, or mama, you wasn't there for that, or mama, you made this mistake. I cared and I loved you and I saw about you. And I'm sorry for whatever mistakes I made or whatever things I didn't do that I should have done, but don't think that anybody would have loved you more and did better by you than me. Maybe they wouldn't have made as many mistakes as I did because I was young and learning, but don't ever think that somebody would have went as hard for you as I did, because I go hard for mine. Period. And I don't know, I don't see that around me. I don't see nobody in my life that goes as hard for their kids. Like, they would have given the F up if they had to endure some of the things that I've endured, or if they had to go through some of the experiences that I have. They would have been gave up. I've seen, and I know they would have, because I've seen them do it over less. I've seen people who claim to be good parents break over less. I've watched women break down over a man. Just break down, all the way gone over a dude. And you got kids to raise, and you can barely keep yourself together. I've seen them do it. I've seen them quit jobs, be homeless, go back home to live with their parents. I could have did all of that. I could have said, you know what, I'm tired, I can't do it. My mama was right there. My mom and my stepdad was right there. They had plenty of room. I could have went home. I thugged it out, me and God. So, and that doesn't make me better than anybody. By the grace of God, there I go. I give that to God. But I'm just saying, yes, I made mistakes, but I did what I had to do. I wasn't, through tears, through sweat, through blood. And that's what a parent does. Not that you can give your kids the world. Not that you're perfect, or that you have a lot of money to raise them, or even that you're married. It's that, you know what? I'm not giving up on me. I can't give up on me, because I got to be there for you. And that's what I know. That's what I know. And that's the kind of parent that's after my own heart. Whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whether you're a father or mother, you're not always going to end up with that person that you started out your parenthood journey with. Somebody said, I have children, but I'm not with the first mom. Okay, but are you still taking care of the kid? That's what I care about. I don't care if you stay with that woman or not. I don't even care if you don't end up with either baby mama. Are you about your babies? As long as you're about your babies, that's all that matters. And that's all that matters to those kids, really. Are you coming to see me? Are you there for my basketball games? Are you there for my first day of schools? Are you there to be in the crowd cheering me on? Can I look up and see, okay, there go my dad and my mom? If you don't know how much that means to a kid, that means the world to them, to know their parents are there supporting them, because a lot of kids don't have that, So, yeah. But let me get off my soapbox. What is everybody? Hey, Jonathan Ramon, or Jonathan Raymond. I feel like it's Jonathan Ramon. That's what I feel like your name is. Am I right or wrong? We're going on hour 1. I don't know. We're going to see how you guys do. I got so far in my cart, because I'm running my mouth, I just have my chocolate chai tea, my green onions, my peas and carrots. That's it. Let me add a cucumber. Let me add a tomato. Boom. Because we need some vegetables in his house. I have an onion already. Let me add some shredded lettuce. I might make tacos today. Let me see. Hey, Lala, what's good? Yes, vegetables. Yes, I need some. I have a freezer full of meat and really no vegetables, because I like to get fresh vegetables. It's Castillo, Jonathan, but you're right, Queen. Jonathan Ramon Castillo. It says Jonathan Ramon. Vegetables are good, especially fresh ones. I love a taco. I love a taco or nachos. I like nachos because you can fill nachos up with vegetables. Same thing with tacos. You can put your shredded lettuce, tomatoes, depending on how you make them. I can eat veggie tacos. I love a veggie taco with the beans, lettuce, pico de gallo. Oh, my day is going pretty good. You know, it's still just 11:41 here in California, so it's not going too bad. You like both? But burgers, boogers. Come on now, Aiden. Aiden, you're making me think you're like 5 years old. And you know what? I'm gonna put you in timeout. Mature vibes only. Okay, Aiden, cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it. Well, how'd it go? Cut it out. Yeah, but my day is going pretty good. My whole week has been going pretty well. The weather, some may say, oh, it's raining, but the weather has been beautiful. I love the winter vibes. I love experiencing all of the seasons. So I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying life. I like the way things are going right now with my life. I'm really enjoying it. I don't know. I've had some trials and tribulations to face, but that's what comes with the territory, especially when you're on the path to greatness, right? So as I'm getting older, challenges and trials and tribulations don't cause me to experience anxiety and fear as much as they did when I was younger, right? Like there was a time where I was like, I don't want to go through anything else. And now I'm like, you know what? Bring it on. Bring it on, because each and every time that I experience a trial or tribulation, I'm blessed. Right, Sherry, right. That the vicissitudes are just what life is. We're all going to experience vicissitudes. And it's like, are you going to meet your mark? Are you going to meet it head on? Or are you going to crumble and fall and fumble your opportunity to elevate, right? So that's what I see it as. I see it as an opportunity to elevate. If you're experiencing something, it doesn't mean that you're weak if you're afraid to go through it, because some things are scary. If we lose somebody we love, if we get fired or laid off from our jobs, if our kids are going through things, that those are scary times, right? As a mom, it is scary to watch my kids experience trials and tribulations, and knowing that I can't do anything but pray and lean and depend on God. But they're better for it, and I'm better for it in the end. As long as it makes you better, and as long as you learn from it, then it's worth going through, because then you just learn that you learn how tenacious you are, and it prepares you for the next level. But if you're not willing to go through stuff, I don't know. I just feel like the more you don't want to go through something, the more you'll have to go through. And if you don't go through it with grace, and just take it all on, and just like, hey, like say for instance, if you're a football player, you have to go work out. You have to be able to take those punches and those tackles. If you don't work out, how can you do that? Right? But you want that Super Bowl championship, and you can't get that unless you're willing to go through that journey to get there. That's going to require you to eat right, sleep right, work out, practice, all of that. But at the end of the day, you get rewarded for that. And that's how life works too. Right? I feel like I'm forgetting something. So far, we just have the veggies. We do have our chai tea. I thought I added something else on here. I don't see it. I guess it didn't add. But yeah, I think we're gonna probably, me and My daughter will probably have ribeyes, and then the baby is 14. The baby, I'll probably ground up some ground beef for her and make her some tacos or something. She loves tacos. She loves a taco and she loves a nacho. What do you put on your tacos? What's your favorite way to eat a taco? For me, I gotta have I, shredded lettuce is a must. Cheddar cheese is a must. Pico de gallo is a must. Avocado a must. I like ground beef tacos. I like chicken tacos, but I would say I like ground beef tacos the best, or a carne asada taco, or birria tacos. I like those. So I've been eating a lot of birria tacos lately. I found a new restaurant and it's slamming. And I've been going every Friday. So this Friday, I get to go and get me a steak burrito. I get the birria sauce on the side and just dump my burrito right there in it. Fire, 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 fire. Ooh, I want that today, but I'm not going to do it. I already have my ribeye out. I got to finish off the ribeye first. I took it out yesterday to cook out the freezer, so today it has to be cooked. So yeah, lettuce, tomato, jalapeno, little avocado. Not a fan. I love avocado, especially when the tortilla is crispy. The crispiness of the um, tortilla and the softness of the avocado, it just goes together so well. But I get it. Avocado is definitely what's the word I want to use? Mm, an acquired taste, because for many years I did not like avocado. And then when I was pregnant with my second daughter, one of my family friends came over and was making tacos, and she had avocado and tomato, and I didn't like avocado or tomato. Acquired, yes. What did I say? What kind of taste did I say it was? Did I say not say acquired taste? Oh, um, and she made some tacos, and we put and remember before my second daughter, I did not eat tomato and I did not eat avocado, but for some reason, when I'm pregnant, or when I used to be pregnant, oh, I did say it cool. When I used to be pregnant, I could not eat fried foods, soda, none of that. And I would always want fresh fruit and vegetables, probably because my body was depleted of it. But after we had those tacos like that, after that, I cannot eat a taco without tomato and avocado. And I like a hamburger with tomato and avocado, bacon, all of it. That's what I need. I need bacon, because we're going to make bacon and cheese potatoes. We do fat girl stuff over here. I'm telling you, I got to get it together. I keep saying I'm going to eat clean, but it's too cold. I just want comfort food and snacks. Comfort food and snacks and nothing else. Okay, let me go back here. If I know me, I probably already have bacon somewhere in my freezer, but I'm not about to dig through all this stuff. I need to get another deep freezer, but again, all I'll end up doing is filling up my deep freezer with a bunch of food that I'll never cook. I don't want to cook. I don't want to cook at all. I'm going to see if my daughter will cook this food, because I don't feel like cooking. Like after I had my little procedure last week, I just do not feel like cooking. I don't want to do nothing right now. I just want to chill and do charity stuff. I don't know. What else do I need from Walmart, guys? I feel like I have everything I need, but this order has to be at least $35 in order for them to deliver it free. If it's not $35, then you have to pay $7. I did see when I went to get my chai tea. I saw a lot of people with the ashes on their forehead. I don't do Lent. 40 days of no meat. Ooh, no. Thank you, Andrew, for the gift. I appreciate you. I don't know what the gift was. I'm sorry. I don't know why I can't see the gifts. When I send somebody else a gift, I can see it. But okay, you sent me a 100. Oh no, it says send a gift. No, I don't know. I can send a gift too. Oh, you sent 100. I don't follow either. You know what? I started what I did do. I started reading the Bible from Genesis. Oh, I'm so in love with Genesis. I think I probably felt that way about Genesis before, but I don't know. If you're a Christian, even if you're not, still read it. Still read it. Genesis has so much action, so much suspense, I mean, it's such an intricate piece of art to read if you understand Christianity, and it's the beginning, it's the history of Christianity. And if you're a Christian, or if you're Catholic, I believe you subscribe to the Holy Bible as well. Read it, study it, get to know it, because it teaches you so much about human life. And right now I'm on the story of Joseph, and that's, like I said, once you read it, for me, it's just having a heavy impact on how my life is going right now as I'm going through this season. I mean, it's like the scariest time for me, but it's also like, you did a lot of Bible studies, Andrew. That's what's up. That's what's up. It's the scariest time for me, but it's also the most enlightening and the most blessed time for me, because I know the why. I think I'm showing up for myself more. Yes, it's a lot of history. Just like a lot of people don't understand even like the story of Cain and Abel. All they probably see is jealousy, but they don't see how Cain was insecure. Cain was insecure because he saw that God favored his brother. And I think that's a lot of what is going on in Genesis 2. We see one brother being favored. We saw that with Joseph. We saw that with Cain and Abel, where one person is being shown favor and everybody else kind of got to watch. And like they're working hard and they're doing what they have to do. But this one person seems to be receiving more favor. But God told Cain, listen, if you do what's right, you will be accepted. The boxing scholar, what's good? Like you will be accepted. And I think that's what people got to realize, is that like if you do what's right, just stick to what's right. Still stick to what you have going on. Don't look left or right, right? Stick to jealous, envy, like, right. At the root of jealousy is insecurity. At the root of jealousy is insecurity. Ugh. And that's what Cain was. He was insecure. And God said, listen, sin is knocking at your door. Like sin is knocking at your door. You got to resist it. Just keep doing what's right. But Cain couldn't allow his emotions, to subside. He just was so jealous that he allowed himself to become sinful. Right. So who got falsely claimed to go to jail for 12 years? Joseph? Yeah. Yeah. Joseph went through a lot, but every time God was with him. That's the message I got out of that. Every time, no matter what, God was with him and allowed him to prosper. Joseph got sold into slavery by his brothers. He prospered. Then he was lied on and went to jail. He prospered. Every time you turned around, Joseph was prospering. And Joseph was naive, and Joseph was a braggart. He was telling his brothers, like, look, you're going to bow down to me. And even his father was like, because his father, Joseph, was a favorite, but even the father was like, what are you saying? Like, am I going to be bowing down to you, me and your mother? Are we going to bow down to you too? Like, what are you talking about? And his brothers just hated him because he was favored and he was cocky. He had enough nerve to be cocky, but he still had an anointing over his life. So it don't matter if you're cocky. Right, right. It doesn't, right. And Andrew, it does. Another thing that I got was, it doesn't matter if you're not perfect. If God has an anointing for you, if God has something for you, you're still going to get it. Now, Joseph had to go through a lot, just like his father Jacob. Jacob had to go through a lot. He had to be a slave for his uh, father-in-law for 20 years. And that's because he didn't do things the right way. So, like I said, when we go through trials and tribulations, we got to go through them with our head held high. We got to go through them scared, still relying on God, still believing in God, staying in faith, reading our word, treating people right. It's going to be hard to treat people right during those times because usually when you're in a trial, everybody scatters. You can't find any help, right? Or, you know, everything about you is being tested and you're having to face yourself head on. Like, are you going to break? Are you going to overcome? Are you going to rely on old habits? Are you going to be made new? So everything about you will be tested in order to change you and prosper you and get you ready for the next level. So you just got to hold on to that. And that's what I always tell people, especially when I know they're going through financial distress, when they're going through sicknesses, when they just lost somebody. It's hard to lean on God and, for better understanding, because you're like, well, I'm doing what's right. Why did I lose my family member? Or I'm eating healthy. Why did I get cancer? Or I don't mistreat people. Why am I going through this? Because that's how God decided to use you. And you can stay stuck longer than he planned for you to be there if you don't go through it with style and grace. You think that Joseph was a Christophany? I just learned that word. Do you think that's what Joseph was? Yes. It kind of seems that way because Joseph, if you look at Joseph, he was treated the same way Jesus was. He was turned over into slavery. Jesus was given over to be crucified. And he had to come back and help the very same people. His brothers represented the 12 tribes of Israel, but he had to go back and help the very same people who despised him and who wanted to take his life. And Jesus had to come back and do that for us the same way. So you can very much see it the same way. Like if we look at our lives, then look at the Bible, the number 3, the number 40 has a lot of significance. And if you look at the history of the Bible from the Old Testament up until the New Testament, when Jesus came, you can see the similarities and you can see how everything is adding up. Jacob was in love with Rachel. That's why he loved Joseph so much, because Joseph was the son that he had to wait for. But he would have got him 7 as well. 7, 43. Yeah, but 7 is very much like the 7 days that it took to establish earth and all of that. But yes, Jacob showed a lot of favoritism, so he had to wait to get his Joseph. He didn't really want Leah, but he had to marry her in order to get to Rachel. But because he wasn't treating Leah right, God didn't allow Rachel to have kids. He still had that blessing. He still was going to get his son, but he had to wait. He had to wait even longer. He worked 7 years for Leah, and then he had to work another 7 years for Rachel. Then he had to work another 6 years to take his wages. Like every time he was supposed to be able to leave, Rachel's father kept coming up with something else and said he owed him for this or he owed him for that. So, and that was because Jacob was dishonest. He stole his brother's blessing and his birthright. He kept mistreating Leah. So he had a blessing. The blessing was his, but because he didn't do things the right way. And I think that's what happens to a lot of us. The blessing is ours. We've already been marked for a blessing. We've already been marked to have long life, but we don't treat people right. If you don't treat God's people right, I think that has a significant impact on how well you will be blessed. If you try to get stuff dishonestly, if you get blessed and you're unwilling to share, then it'll just flow through your hands, right? We've seen people like that who, amassed a certain amount of fame and a certain amount of fortune. And then it's like, how did you lose it all? Because they didn't do what they were supposed to do with it. And sometimes what you're supposed to do with money is invest it, make it grow. A lot of people don't, and I'm going on to something different now, but a lot of people don't really consider that. They think, okay, I got blessed with $1 million. Let me go buy a house. Let me put some money perhaps in a savings account. And then let me just see how long I can make this last. No, if you get blessed with $1 million, maybe the first thing to do is not buy a home. Maybe the first thing for you to do is to take 10% of that and put it back into tithing and blessing God's people. Then perhaps you're supposed to take some of it and, splurge a little bit and enjoy yourself, the fruits of your labor. But then the rest of it, maybe perhaps you're supposed to invest in an ideal that you had or in an ideal that somebody else has. The rapper Nas did that. He invested in Ring camera in the Ring doorbell cameras before they were even out. He invested and then he was able to make $30 million from that. If he hadn't invested that money, he probably would be broke today. But because he invested in Ring camera before it really got going, then he was able to make money. I think 50 Cent did that too with that sports water, that sports drink. Yes, 12 too, Andrew. 12. You do know your word, Andrew. You said you studied a lot. Absolutely. He uses 12 as well. 12 is also significant. 12 months, the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 jewels on Aaron's coat. 12 is also very significant as well. The 12 disciples. Absolutely. Absolutely. But, Proverbs 31 talks about the Proverbs woman being a steward over her money and considering her investments and things like that. We don't invest like we should with money, and we don't make it grow. If we don't take our money and make it grow and be fruitful with it, we're actually sinning. We're not supposed to just take our money and spend it or take our money and give it away. If we do what we're supposed to do with money, then it should, like if I'm blessed with $50,000, it should be at least 75,000. I should at least be able to make it, advance in some way or increase rather. I should be able to increase my money. If I can't increase my money, then that wasn't really a blessing. All it did was hinder me and keep me stuck. A lot of us don't know how to handle money. And that's why our children will never be wealthy. And that's why we will never experience wealth in our lives. Money is for more than just going on vacations, looking nice and having fun. It's about really prospering. And there were a lot of wealthy people in the Bible. Jacob was wealthy. Joseph was wealthy. Abraham was wealthy. So God wants us to be wealthy and have plenty. But not everybody is going to be wealthy. Not everybody will be wealthy. But those of us who are wealthy, if we are wealthy, then we can bless our families and cause them to increase as well. Because even though Jacob stole his brother's birthright, he still amassed enough of a fortune where he could share with his brother. And he tried to share with his brother, but his brother was like, no, I'm good, because God still blessed his brother. That's why we don't have to be jealous, because if God wants us to be rich or wealthy, we will be. So we don't have to be jealous over what somebody else has. All we have to do is keep doing right And ours is coming too. Do us right and we will be accepted. Our contributions will be accepted as well. But if you don't have good intentions, it don't matter how much God blesses you with, it's not going to amount to anything anyway. You'll just have a bunch of kids who are in poverty too, who you'll leave behind and who never get ahead in life. Or you can be like those wealthy people who the father was wealthy, the son was wealthy, the grandson was wealthy, and wealth extends 100 years after they left this earth. Dr. Seuss, I'm sure he never in a million years thought his Grinch book would be as fortunate as it has been. Like, look at the Grinch now, like just from one book. So don't think that you don't have the propensity to be wealthy, or because you haven't become wealthy yet, or because you don't see it yet. Keep doing what's right. Keep treating people right. Be willing to help others and help support their growth, right? Support somebody else's dream. Learn from them as you're doing it. It's very simple. Very, very simple. But we don't do enough of that. We're too busy being jealous and envious and, criticizing and all of that stuff. We can't do that, you know. But I'm just doing a lot of talking for real. Let me finish my Walmart order, and because I'm going to be hungry when I get off of here. When I get off of here, I'm going to be trying to look for something to eat. Ooh, child, and I got to go pick up them kids from school in a little bit. And I have a lot more to do. A few more videos to record. My TikTok is coming along. Sherry, thanks for all of the love you've been showing me on TikTok. I appreciate you, girl. I see you over there liking my things on TikTok. I'm getting more likes than I'm getting followers, but I noticed that I'm getting a lot of likes. So I feel like I'm growing. I feel like if I keep at it over there on TikTok, I might get somewhere. But right now, my focus is mostly on over here on YouTube. YouTube is my number one focus. Facebook and TikTok, I try to give them what I can. But right now, I'm really focused on YouTube because I'm making more money over here, to be for real. And even when I'm not making a lot of money, I'm still making more money than I'm making on Facebook. So, it don't matter how the money comes, as long as the money comes. Like my mom always says, you could pay the light bill with that, And plus, I'm working on my book. So I think whatever money I make from here on out on YouTube, I'm going to invest it into the promotion and editing and everything for my next book. I'm very excited about my next book. So I want it to be edited professionally. I want a professional book cover. I want a professional promo team. I really want my book to do its biggest one. My first book did pretty good. As a self-published author, you're only really expected to sell 250 books over the lifetime of your book. And I sold thousands of books. So people know my name. People know my name in the reading community. So I got to get back in there and really put forth my best efforts. You know what? One day you will be monetized, Sherry. You will be. Thank you for supporting me while you're on your journey, and anything I could do to help, I'm here for. Any way I can support you, I'm here to support you. So you support me, and I appreciate you, and I want to show that love right back. And that goes for any of you. Even if you haven't supported me, I can direct you over to my playlist if you have designs on being a content creator. My playlist, Content Creation for Beginners, there's a lot of good stuff in there. Everything that I talk about, I've done, I've researched, I've seen others do, and I know what I'm talking about. The biggest thing that I would like to tell anybody who, what are my books? Sherry, I think if you go to, let me see, let me not just send you anywhere, girl. If you go to my link tree, Sherry, go to my link tree and what the heck? I hate iPhone. Like, why do you guys use iPhones? I cannot stand them. I cannot stand an iPhone for the world. I do not like iPhones. Um, okay, let me go to that. Okay, if you go to my profile, Sherry, click on the link tree link. Click on that link, and then scroll down, and then you will see. Oh, I gotta update my link tree, honey. But I'm gonna show you right here. Like, go to YouTube. Like, if you go to my profile, and then you can click right there where you see the link. You see the link right there in black, dark black. Click that right there. And then it's going to come up link tree. And then you're going to click there and go to your browser. And then if you scroll all the way down my link tree, you're going to see Amazon storefront. I'm going to add a link to just my books on there. And if you go through my Amazon storefront, that's a lot of steps. And that's crazy. At the bottom, you'll see my books. Yeah, but before, and I'm under actually another name. I'm under C. Darrell Howard for my books. Let me see. Let me do this. Hold on. Let me do this for you. Because I can do something better for you. I can put the link right here in the Chizat. Like, if you go to Google and you put C. Darrell Howard, I got a whole Google page. I'm well known. And you can go right to my Amazon. Oh, I haven't been on my Google page in a long time. Like, okay, this is cool. All right. Girl, not my baby girl part 2 book is at Walmart. No, it's not. Y'all can buy my baby girl part 2. You can buy my books at Walmart. Okay. You can buy my books at Walmart, y'all. Okay. Why they got my books so high though at Walmart? That's crazy. But you can buy my books at Walmart. That's what's up. Mm-hmm. All right, let me go to the Amazon link though. I think my books are cheaper on Amazon. And I'm gonna, let me see. Okay, I have 6 titles there. Okay, and if you go to Amazon, it's better to go to Amazon because my covers are updated on Amazon. I don't know why they're not updated on Walmart. Let me copy this link, and then let me put it in the Chizat. All right, there it is, guys. And that's how you can get to my books. But yes, I'm a real author, a real published author with real books. But before I release this next book that I have coming out, I will be updating book covers and re-editing my old work. I will do a professional edit on them, but I think the money, my little kibbles and bits that I get from YouTube, I'm going to just save it all up and use it to support my next, you know, endeavor. Uh, you know, okay, I've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. Let me get off of here so I can finish up my Walmart order and go find me something to eat because I am hungry. It is after 12. You guys enjoy your day. I hope, thank you, Trayman. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Um, yeah, and the rest of your workday. Thank you guys for tuning in. Talk to you later, Sherry. If you didn't already do so, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can be here when I go live next. And catch up on my content that I just released a new video for content creators today. I'll probably be posting up some more shorts later on today, so stay tuned for that. And I got a lot of videos. I probably got like over 700 videos and shorts on YouTube, so catch up with your girl. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys for hitting the like button and kicking it with me on your lunch break. We must do this again.